Hi, my name is Sue Rosenkranz. I was raised in a Presbyterian church. I put raised in quotes because I had a lot of doubts. The Jesus I heard about in Sunday school Bible stories didn't jibe with the gospel taught by the church, something that seemed like a contract, believe and eventually go to heaven. Once I was living on my own, I didn't join a church. But around 2006, 2007, I was feeling a deep need for God and was considering churches. I attended Catholic Mass now and then with a friend at 2 different churches. Around the same time, I found myself on this campus in the chapel on a Saturday with a group of volunteers making beloved quilts. Pashka, the woman who organized the quilt making, gently made me curious about Then Vineyard, and so I decided to try a service. I thought to myself, I need God. I guess I'm just going to have to tolerate the church people. And I'm very sorry, but that's what I thought. I came here alone on a Sunday in November 2007. Grace Schmelzer preached on 13 things I love about churches, and when I saw the sermon title, I thought, oh dear. I was completely undone by that service. A visitor told the story of a tribe who'd gotten their name, which translated to something like the losers, after they'd cut the rope meant to be pulled on to summon God. And later I thought, I've let other people's ideas come between myself and God. The song, In the Stillness, I Hear Your Voice Call. Stillness, not the noise and positive thinking bravado of my father's faith. One of the 13 things Grace loved about churches was, I get a bigger vantage point about who God is and what He's like as I see people working together spiritually. In place of uniformity, variety. In place of a contract, stories. I stood there in the sanctuary with total strangers sobbing. Someone patted my shoulder, someone else handed me a box of Kleenex, and I said in my head, in my heart, I'm in, God, I'm in. And I felt Him nod and smile and say, and you know you do this with people, right? I did know, as of that morning, I knew. I learned quickly that there was room at Reservoir for my science side, my skepticism, my questions. Over the next few years, my life changed from having just a few close friends and a lot of solitude to taking the Seek Faith and Spirituality workshop, joining a small group where my first thought was, you want me to pray out loud in front of you? Checking kids into kids' church every Sunday. My second small group, a mix of sciencey and artsy women. Setting up a meeting with pastors Dave and Grace for folks who identified as LGBTQ. A wonderful and personally athletically disastrous 2 weeks of soccer nights. Homework club. Cooking nights, Greater Boston Interfaith. Things I didn't know I'd always wanted to do until I had people to do them with. These days, it's walks in the fells with folks in my small group. Post-COVID, it's a different phase for me socially. I feel some uncertainty, but I sense the church is here for me, big enough for me, flexible enough for me, whatever this new season brings.